Taylor's scientific management. Taylor, F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, he is an American mechanical engineer. He framed theory of management developed by him, and especially scientific management given by him. He is entirely opposing that rule of thumb. You know, managers are implementing their own techniques and own strategies, and it's a rule of thumb of the manager. So depends upon the managing capacity and managers thoughts. They are starting and running the company, and they are managing all the activities. So it is unfair. We have to frame some techniques, some rules and regulations. So science is not a rule of thumb. He is opposing it. So in that sense, he is expecting a standard method to do performance better and to continue an organization in successful manner. So scientific management was proposed by him, and applying standard methods and tools to increase the output quality and reduce cost and wages. For example, before and all, how he created the scientific management, how he was a way to path to the scientific management. Actually, many problems will come in an organization, increasing productivity. So that organization couldn't attain their targeted performance. So this and that, in that situation, all of the managers will think these kind of techniques we have implemented, but we couldn't get perfect result. For an example, one biggest company, in that company is running past 10 years, but now all the workers are being in strike. They want extra wages, extra salary. So in that sense, if we give any extra amount to them, then after given that amount, that people will work somewhat good. After few years, they are asking same like they are expecting something from the company. So you cannot give immediately that extra salary, extra wages to them, because before few years only you have given that salary and wages to them. So now you are analyzing, so what kind of items they are expecting from us like this. If we give that salary or wages, will they work efficiently? And before you give, you will check it out, that output of the company and quality, quantity, everything you will check and you will give, right? So he framed that scientific management, and he implemented the traditional methods, and he analyzed all the reports, and finally he came to know this is not a way to run the business. So he framed some rules and regulations. If the business concern followed that kind of rules and regulations, definitely that company will get succeed in the future. So likewise, he framed some strategies. You know that Henry Foyle, he framed 14 rules favor for an organization like office and administrative principles. But he is scientific management, so everything should be proven. So he did so many experiments. So with the help of the experiments, he came to know this is the result, and we have to implement this kind of techniques to the organization. If we implemented, definitely we can get a very good result favor for us. And which are all the results are giving highest output, which means highest productivity and quality, quantity wise also standards they are expecting, and it has to be increased. And at the same time, that cost of the product should be reduced, and wastages also should be reduced. So in that sense, so he is thinking everything in an organization: cost reduction and salary and wages reduction. At the same time, quality and quantity output of an organization should be increased. So everything is expecting, which means he skipped in his mind to frame before going to frame the scientific management. So let's see, he given some words for this society. Let's see what are the words of Taylor. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. So just see these words, wonderful words which was given by F.W. Taylor, and that is in simple English. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want. So as a manager or as a CEO, as a management people, We have to think what we want exactly and what your appointed people have to do, which means what men to do, that appointed men, man. So men is a plural for man, right? So men to do and seeing that they do it in the cheapest, in the best and cheapest way. So you can see what they are doing and what you want and men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. So best and cheapest way is very important here, and we have to know what we want from our going to appoint someone from them. Principles of scientific management. First principle is science not rule of thumb. So really science is not rule of thumb. He is opposing that. And instead of that, he is advising to all the people, management people especially, scientific approach. Just implement scientific approach. He is suggesting, he is advocating, and some steps also involved to develop the standard performance of the result and implement the correct action for that. And select one best method because so many alternatives will be there. Select one best method which is giving higher returns for an organization and which saves time and effort and money and resources favor for an organization. He is advising to all the managers, don't use rule of thumb because that may lead to loss also in an organization, because that rule of thumb means you have to know the best meaning, better meaning about rule of thumb. Depends upon the people will change. See, you are the manager, you are working as a manager for 3 years, so you depends upon your attitude and your ability, you will implement some more rules and regulations to achieve organizational goal. And after 3 years another manager comes and he is omitting all your rules and regulations, and instead of that he is framing some new structure, new rules and regulations for an organization. So in that sense it is not good. So instead of using the traditional approach, depends upon the people, it will change. So entirely he is eradicating this all. Instead of that, you do some experiment. With the help of that experiment, just you take an action and you select the best one from the various alternatives. Then you implement in the business. Your result will be tremendous. So that is what he is suggesting for managers. And second principle is harmony, not discord. Harmony not discard, which means the close relationship have they have to maintain with the labor also. Let's see one by one. There should be complete harmony between the management and workers. ஒரு நல்ல இணக்கம், complete harmony between management and workers. The management have to share all the whatever happening in the business, all the hurdles and their achievements, everything with the laborers frankly and politely, honestly. At the same time, worker also, they should not hide any activities what is going on in an organization with the management. So they have to be friend with the management. Then they have to share all those things with the management. Then management and labor can be the harmony. Complete mental revolution on the part of both management and workers. So their mind have to be same to achieve an organizational goal. So they have to work towards to achieve organizational goal. So management and workers, they have to think their mindset and everything have to be in the same manner. Means that management and workers should transform their thinking. See, if the two people, management and worker, are thinking same ideas and same strategies to achieve an organizational objective, so definitely they will exchange the words related to that, and their thinking and their forecasting, their ability to achieve and their hurdles and everything they will share with them. With the help of one meeting they will conduct, that is management and labor's meeting, and to achieve the targeted performance. So these are the hurdles are that the manager, sorry, that workers can convey the message to their higher officials, and higher officials give the remedies to them, and what are the hurdles are there to achieve our targeted performance. So everything will be eliminated, and finally they can achieve their actual goal, targeted goal easily. So that is what they are, that Taylor is asking us to implement harmony, not discard in an organization, means that management and workers should transform their thinking. And management share the gains of the company. Even management should not hide their achievements, profits, and turnover with the workers. And also workers should work hard, improve businesses, right? So if management is sharing everything, see, previous first quarter we have achieved for 3 crore, and second quarter our performance, because of your performance, we achieved 3.5 crore. So if you are simultaneously increase your performance, definitely we can achieve 10 crore, 12 crore, and 20 crore something. So like this, managers have to induce the people, whoever is working favor for an organization, they should not hide anything from the labor also. Cooperation, not individualism. It's a third principle which was given by F.W. Taylor. Cooperation between the labor and the management. So cooperation is needed between manager and labor. Competition should be replaced by cooperation. By chance, if no cooperation in an organization, so no friendliness. That labor cannot share any ideas with the management. Even labor voluntarily sharing some ideas to improve the organization may discard that. In that sense, labor will feel very sad, and labor will not work happily towards to achieve the organizational goal. So, in that sense, if labor is bringing, if labor or worker or operational level workers are down, which means additional managers, so if they are bringing any tactics or some ideas to achieve better in the business, instead of ignoring that, instead of ignoring that, if management is encouraged, if they are rewarding the people, definitely organization will develop more to compare with earlier. So constructive suggestions made by the employees should not be ignored. So whichever the suggestions are given by the employees should not be ignored by the employer. Instead of that, if they rewarded, then they will be very happy, and even they are not implementing their ideas in the organization. Just they have to hear it, and they have to give preferences for their ideas and their suggestions favor for an organization. Equal division of work and responsibility between workers and management. So equal division of work and responsibility between worker and management. So work should be divided equally to the workers and the management. And management, how to see their management oriented activities and working. You know that levels of management, top level, middle level, and low or operational level. So depends upon the work that employees are segregated, right? So that is the greatest example for this. So instead of being an individualism, if they are being as a cooperation, if they are doing some cooperation favor for an organization, easily we can achieve the targeted performance or actual goal of an organization. So this is the greatest principle. This is cooperation, not individualism. Like unity is important to achieve common goal. And last and fourth principles of management is development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency. Development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency. In that sense, they have to train the employee by chance if training is needed. Let's see one by one. Each person should be scientifically selected. Work assigned should suit his or her physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. So each and every person should be selected scientifically. By just they should not recruit the people blindly. They have to expect some qualities from the people who ever going to be appointed in some post. For example, if they are going to appoint financial manager, he must have knowledge about financing ideas and accounting knowledge. At least he have to complete MCOM and ICAA, CA if he is having, that is extra qualification. So scientifically, that person should be selected. If that work should be allotted to the people, that employee by a manager or employer, So like physical and mental strength and weaknesses of the employee should be judged by the management. Then they have to give whether he or she is suitable to the organization or not. Then they have to think about it before going to ask allot the work to the people. Then only they have to give. By chance the selected candidate is not performing well in an organization, if training is needed, in that sense that management should not hesitate to give training to the selected people. And training is very much essential to better performance also. And learn best method ensures efficiency for workers and organization. So definitely if they are following this all the strategies, definitely that business will get boom, and easily they can attain their common goal and targeted performance, and they will get a tremendous result in an organization. So FW Taylor is advising, and he is advocating these all the strategies and principles there for an organization. You people also take a note of his this all those things, and write and take snapshot and share in WhatsApp group. Thank you.